E3, just pop its radar on. It's got good range. I'm gonna go end of this valley. Switch to F-35. Australian, just press insert. Made it a lot easier. Okay, now the F-35's radar. Airborne early warning. Okay, so it's got a nice range. F-35 Lightning 2. Now I'm going to use the Air Force model with internal only, internal only. So let's see, this is a total fuel for 5 hours and 9 minutes. Should be enough to hunt down the enemy aircraft. Although they're both stealth, so this could be a pain. I'll have each one turn on to. Let's see, offensive ECM. I don't think I put this model at ECM on it. I'm gonna turn the radar on for both of them just to make detection easier. Although I mean this does kind of ruin the aspect of stealth, but we don't want to spend this whole mission trying to have the two sides find each other. Plus, they're both stealth anyway. Okay, now we see this just lit up like crazy. Gonna make the range symbols merge just so I don't have to deal with all this. And, okay, looks like they both have detected each other. They're still too far to do any serious action. So, map settings, merge. But they know it. They know they're there. Looks like because as we can see, the possible range of contacts, because we're just coming at one angle, so they can't really triangulate the position. The F-22's side thinks that there's an F-35 way down here, almost near San Diego, and you can see they just jumped way up. Once they get closer, it should be more apparent. Looks like the F-35's view is a little more accurate. I'm gonna have them get a little closer. I'm gonna switch the Eye of God on. God's Eyes, it's called. You can't do targeting this, so it's kind of a pain. And it looks like they know where they are, so I'm just gonna remove that node, F1, have them attack, switch to the F-22. The F-22 actually doesn't know where they are yet. They will soon, though. Let's see. Let me turn off that navigation. Actually, no, I think they might know where it is. I'm just not sure. No, it looks like, yeah, they're all bunched up, so the F-22 doesn't exactly know where they are yet. They're both engaged in combat orders. So I'm gonna go from the F-35's perspective. Get closer. Let's see. Will the new generation of fighter planes render the older generation obsolete? F-16, Super Hornet, the big... that's been debated. Personally, I think there'll always be a role for slightly older planes, because not everybody can afford to field these high-end. I mean, if you look at who's fielding stealth fighters, it's only the US and Russia. China technically has the J-20, but no one actually knows if it really is a stealth fighter. So right now you only have 3 nations. And then you also have to take into consideration that, if you're bombing, let's look at Saudi Arabia, they're bombing Yemen right now. They're just using F-16s and F-15s, so you can always, for air-to-air combat, it's always debatable. It's also pretty important who's the amount of support that these fighters have, like, you know, radar support, ECM, so I don't think they'd be obsolete. Let's see. On impression they outclass. Yeah, they do outclass everything. I think F-22s probably, as well as the new Russian fighter probably. We don't really know the capabilities of that new Russian, the PAK-FA, but yeah, the F-22 could probably outclass anything other than the PAK-FA, and who knows how it would fare against the PAK-FA. They haven't really declassified that much data on it, and if they have, it's a lot of times most of it's kind of exaggerated. But let's see. It looks almost like the F-35s have the drop on the F-22s. Let's see how the F-22s evade. Miss, 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 miss. And actually, hey, yeah, it looks like one of the Raptors has been lost already. But I think... Oh no, the F-35s have a decent amount of missiles. Yeah, it looks due to their superior radar. It looks like the F-35s may be able to launch the first attack. Now we switch to the F-22s. The F-22s still, I don't think, have any idea where they are. Let's see. What if the users expand? Yeah, if the users expand, I do think you could render the last gen obsolete in dogfighting at least. But I think they'll always have even old fighters will always have their role as strike aircraft. I mean, there's several nations that still use F4s, you know. Big 21 even is still used. Oh, or a lot of early model Sukhois as well are still used. Let's see, aim. Oh, looks like they're targeting. Yeah, this would be kind of the upset if the F-35s do manage to win. They're evading. Oh, looks like that one's gonna hit. Nope, miss. Another miss. A failure. One of them actually just failed. Miss, miss. Oh, looks like one of them has been hit. And is this a hit? Miss. So yeah, let's go check on the F-22. They still don't know where the F-35s are. Vampire detected. And keep in mind this is the Air Force model, so this is made for this kind of stuff. I'm gonna go check what sensors it has. It has Fighter Generation 5 ability, the agility on it. While the F-22 has 5.5, so it's slightly more agile than the F-35, but this doesn't matter right now because the missiles have... I don't know how they, let's see. Oh, I just saw it somewhere. Excuse me. Oh, wait, no, they're just talking about how many are fired. So 2 rounds for a 5th generation. Oh, yeah, the Eurofighter and the Rafale are technically 5th generation as well, so it's not just the new... Oh, yeah, it looks like... Wow. Looks like the F-35s actually managed to win this one. That's a pretty big upset, actually. I'll go have them take out the E3 as well. And the E3 can't dodge, so it's out. They create a new blank scenario. British use biplanes on carriers. Yeah. See. Newer ones have chewed through a lot more than if they bought. Yeah, that's one of the theories of overwhelming modern air defense, is just to throw a bunch of really, you know, low quality drones at it and just hope that they get shot down and not your new ones. Let's see what's up in the chat. This is one of the chat rooms for command. So any other situations you'd like to see? First, I think I'm gonna go over some of the other units in the game. Let's see, added aside. Blue 4 versus red 4. Another interesting thing is kind of just missile interception. You can kind of mess around with that as well. Both sides hostile? Yep, both sides are hostile. So let's see if there's any other I'm just gonna check if there's any other situations you guys want to see. Gonna blank the screen for just a sec and check some private messages in Facebook. So yeah, I'm just actually adding contact right now. Another a friend I know who uses this or who plays this. The contacts. Let me just check my personal okay, now let's get back in this. Okay. So as you can see, you have the whole world. Also, you got different database builds. There's also a Cold War database. It's 1946 to 1979, but they're on request. They added stuff that predates 1946 because a lot of people wanted to see like naval combat in the Pacific during World War II, so they did add some units. There's another one. I don't know if any of you guys have seen it. It was a 1980 movie called The Final Countdown, and a American carrier gets from a freak electrical storm and is sent back to just right before the attack on Pearl Harbor. And it's a pretty interesting movie. It wasn't, I wouldn't say like I liked it that much. It was an interesting concept. So some guy I think it was a Nimitz. Yeah, it was a Nimitz class. So some guy made a hypothetical situation. What if the forces of the Nimitz took on a Japanese World War II battle group? And it was pretty interesting results. And let's see. The Chinese have that carrier that they bought from the Ukrainians in this. I'm pretty sure they do. They also might have that other concept carrier. They do have some like proposed weapons in this game. Let's just add a unit. Let's go put it on red. Well, nah, I'm just gonna like, kind of goof around. The surface ship. China. From the Xilang, don't pronounce that. 616 Leonine, I don't know how to pronounce that, but it's the Varyeg, the carrier they bought from Ukraine on the pretense of they were going to set up a casino inside the hangar. And it was docked at, I can't remember where, but I think it was docked to some island forever. And they kept saying, we're going to develop it, it's going to be a casino hotel. And then all of a sudden they tow it to a I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, Leonine, I don't know. And it's I'll actually point it out to you where it is. It's around here somewhere, so it's close to Beijing. Beijing's like right here, so it's a big port city. There's a lot of ship, and they all of a sudden just started turning into a carrier, and they got really big. They made it public. They made it very public. The Chinese government's very big on social media. Social media is actually very big in China. You might think because they censor Facebook and stuff that it isn't, but they have their own stuff. So that was a pretty big, almost a propaganda victory for them. Let's see, more questions. Final Countdown. Yeah, the final. Did I even mention? I don't even think I mentioned the name of the movie. I should have. Yeah, the Final Countdown. Yeah. Carrier almost sank on the way in the Suez. Oh yeah, I remember the. Actually, I don't know if it was the Suez Canal or. But I do remember. Oh, you mean on the way to the Suez Canal? Yeah, it was detached from the tugs. Would have been an interesting scenario if it interesting case if it ran aground somewhere and they had to scrap it. But actually, yeah, let's go back to that. Leon, yeah, Ying. Let me place it. We got right here. We got the type 001 Xilang, and sensors. I think it's got some generic navigation, generic ECM, generic DECM, because we don't really know what they have. But we do have the. We do kind of have an idea of what specific radars they have. The PAR, the RICE screen, which I'm assuming is not its official name, so that's like a NATO designation. So let's go edit aircraft. Let's edit the aircraft on it. Let's go to China. I'm not exactly sure what complement a Chinese carrier has, but it could show off the newest. China's got some pretty pretty neat stuff coming out. Yeah, we got